All right. I'm still hearing music. There we go. Okay, we're live, I guess. I'm also hearing a repeat. Am I still hearing a repeat?
I'm not getting any repeat yet. You're sounding good to me, Len.
Okay, I think it was on my end. I fixed it.
All righty.
All right. Hey, I'm your host, Lynn Dorman, Southern Fried Paranormal. Hey, we're gonna get started real quick. Just a quick comment about the world today. I don't understand it. Today was a crazy, insane day for me. Crazy, insane day, news wise. Uh, I don't understand the Jewish thing. I don't understand that hatred. I don't know if I don't understand it. Excuse me for having friends in the Jewish community all my life. I was in the JCs. My best friend was Jewish. We did a lot of great things back in my hometown of Columbus, Georgia. I was on the local Columbus board. I was also on the state board. He was on the state board as a regional director. I was on the state board as a district director. Uh, we did a lot of great things. He went to some places and made a lot of changes in the JCs that were all for the good. And I just do not. And his older brother, also in the JCs, 20 years later, 25 years later, in 1996, worked with me in the Atlanta. We were actually in Columbus at 96 Olympics. So, pardon me if I get a little angry when somebody attacks a Jewish holy site, especially a school with kids in it. Sorry if I get a little angry. I apologize. You got what you deserved, asshole. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the show. We're going to start off talking about the upcoming Paracon, but first we'll go with the first, talking about their tour group, New Orleans Paranormal Society. They do have a regular tours all week. And go ahead and go to the next number 2. And this is their information, New Orleans Paranormal Society, their address, their prices, and how to get in touch with them, their phone number. If you're down in New Orleans this spring, this summer, I don't know why you want to go in the summertime, but that's the way it goes. If you hold off, you can come down there July 31st and be with us down there. But if you're going down there in the spring, contact them. They will not show you a building that's haunted and march you down the street. They will take you inside that building, put a piece of paranormal equipment in your hand, and you will be talking to a spirit. This is a true haunted tour. These are professional, well, I hate to say professional, but they are experienced paranormal investigators, and they will put you in front of a spirit, and you will have a paranormal experience. So wear your brown pants when you go on these tours. I just said that we're going to talk a little bit about the New Orleans Paracon, July 31st, August 1st and 2nd. Roll that Paracon footage, please, sir. Yes, you read that right. I will be live on All Access Network TV during the entire Paracon. During the daytime, I will be on the floor interviewing people, talking to people down there, some of the guests, some of the people who just bought a ticket to get in. At nighttime, on the ones that allow themselves to be filmed, I'm not going to guarantee everybody is going to allow themselves to be on live network TV, but the ones that do, I will be on live during the ghost hunts. So buy yourself a ticket, and you too can be a YouTube star and a Facebook star and an All Access Network TV star. Because we'll be showing you if you want to be. May get you a signed piece of paper, but you can be on there live talking to a spirit. And that sounds like fun to me. The piano will be at the Voodoo Place, the old slave quarters. With some, I've been there 3 times. It does have its spirits. I'm not going to go too technical about what you'll get there, but they are conversational. As long as you're nice to them, they're nice to you, and that's always fun. And Latriana is almost sold out for her tours behind the Voodoo House. So if you want to get into the Voodoo House and get in there with Latriana, buy your ticket now. NewOrleansParacon.com. Go get your ticket now. Go get your package now. And they also have a very special guest. We've been announcing this before a couple of weeks, only since about the 1st. So go ahead and play the Batman footage.
夜明けが迫り来る招かさる感情真空の逆流に私は酔いしれた心臓から
Father Sebastian does not do Paracons very often. If you want to see him, New Orleans Paracon will be the place to be. July 31st, August 1st and 2nd, later on this year. Now you have a chance to go meet Father Sebastian. We'll see you in NOLA. And like the commercial just said, moon's out, fangs out. I'll have mine. Will you have yours? Anyway, we're going to bring out another superstar from the All Access Network TV. My fellow co-worker. I don't know if you can call this work or not. I kind of call it fun to me. Blaine, Rohan.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing, Lynn?
I am doing peachy keen. How are you?
Dude, I'm so excited about New Orleans. My mom's from New Orleans, so I know the area well. And I'll be down there with, we'll have 4 of us representing All Access Network.
Yes.
So it's going to be nice, man. But I'm super excited about it because I love the quarter anyway.
Oh, yes.
I've been there since I was a kid. That we get to stay in New Orleans. And right from the hotel, because it's right on the canal of Bourbon and
Canal Street.
It's like, okay, this good restaurant's 3 blocks down. This good restaurant's like 4 blocks down. I'm super excited about it, man. Now I'm gonna be doing the investigation with Lee, at the Voodoo House.
uh,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna help her run that one. Yeah.
I'll be right there with a camera. Gwen will be producing that, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure where she'll be. She'll probably be there too.
Oh, she'll be
Which
there with us.
that is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, have you ever been there to that location?
Yes. I've investigated all 3 locations we're going to. So
Okay, I've investigated that particular one 3 times.
yeah.
Now the Andrew Jackson location, I spent 2 entire nights at the Jackson Hotel,
Nice.
allowed to investigate the entire building for 2 straight nights.
That would have been awesome. I only got the one night, so
I got 2 nights, and the first night I was investigating with he was working with Ghost Adventures as one of the stage people, one of the background people that put it all together. He wanted to go on a real ghost hunt, so they paired him up with me.
love it. Those are so fun. Did you call him Bait, Lynn?
Huh?
Did you call him Bait?
He got sent into one of the more haunted rooms by himself and came running out, waving his arms, screaming. He went in there with just a voice recorder, not even a flashlight, and came running out of it screaming. He recorded a loud growl that he heard with his ears. So he got his paranormal experience.
That's funny. I love
It was hilarious.
they've never investigated because their energy's so high, and they're walking and they're scared to death anyway. It's like, what's going to get me in here? And me and you, we've done this so long that we just walk in. It's like, hey, how you doing? How's your mama and them? That's the way we are.
That's the way I'm kind of with the spirits at the Voodoo House.
Yeah.
They know me.
They know me there.
I've had some experiences there. I've got a long video of me being there with a group. The trouble is I can't show much of it publicly because there was a girl around 30, maybe a young woman, I guess, and she was doing the whole. I didn't really pay attention to it. You're kind of busy during an investigation. You don't see the details, but she was directly in front of me, about 4 feet across a coffee table from me in another seat. And she kept on doing the Sharon Stone thing from the movie.
Oh, gotcha.
And and I got it on video.
Nice.
I can't show that too much.
No, you can't. Now, when I was there, we had a lady with us, a spirit grabbed her boob and lifted her boob up.
I got an exclusive. I was talking to Chris Talley. He will be the host. He is the money man behind the New Orleans Paracon and the one I talked into doing it and blames it all on me. It's entirely my fault.
Yeah, well, we'll have him on Monday, so I'll just let him relay whatever he wants to you, Lynn.
He's probably going to talk bad about me for talking him into all this. But anyway, he was talking about a month or so ago now. Somebody they went to the Voodoo House first, and then went to the Jackson. And she was a little bit not nice to one of the spirits there at the Voodoo House. And she got to feeling a little bit weird there. Good. And ended up throwing up in the middle of the street. And they followed her to the Jackson Hotel. Still making her feel bad. If you're nice to the spirit, it's a great experience back there.
I will tell you this: when
you're mean to them,
you provoke one time, I'm kicking you out. Because I'll tell you before we go in: do not provoke these people. They are kind spirits. Respect them, or you can step bricks. I don't care if you paid for the investigation, but you come in there acting like you're stupid. I'm gonna make you feel stupid.
Well, Chris didn't kick her off the tour, but the spirit took care of it for him.
Oh, I'd have let them get theirs first, though.
Yeah, they got their comeuppance. Another little experience he had a couple months ago. There was a very buxom young lady. You know what I mean? On the tour. And the main spirit there says that touched her and said, "This is my new main squeeze."
Oh, he was
and she had one push to cut down tops with a push-up bra on, so most of it was there for the, you know.
Yep.
He said, "This is my new main squeeze."
Probably the same spirit that grabbed the lady's boob when I was there.
Uh-huh. Because that's what he apparently is a boob man.
Because he sure enough lifted that thing up and let it fly.
So we know what he likes.
Yep.
So if you're in there on with the tours with Lee, I don't know how you warn somebody who's showing too much cleavage on a tour.
I will tell them, so look, these are spirits, and some of them had some particular things they like to do. So I will warn you now, if you get offended easily, you might get grabbed, you might get touched. If it does, just smile, back away, say, "Thank you, please don't do that again."
That was the spirit that when I was there the second time, the person running the tour went upstairs with a few people to search up there, where I actually was up there by myself with a person, of course, just two of us in the whole building. And I heard a woman's footsteps go right past us down and just faded away down that little hall. If you've ever been upstairs, you've been upstairs,
I have,
haven't you?
yes.
Okay. We walked in, we were sitting on a couch. The footsteps passed us, we walked to my left and disappeared. And of course, some people would have been scared, some people would have been impressed, some people done whatever. I sat there, heard the footsteps going, stood up and quietly followed them down to, and they just disappeared into a wall.
Yep.
And the tour guide was upstairs where I was at that point, but I was downstairs later on, and I was just talking with him, just like I'm talking with you. And they're free talkers there. They will enter a discussion with you if you're friendly, and that's what you want.
Oh yeah.
He come in. She said, "Oh my gosh, I hadn't heard your voice in so long. How have you been? Why don't you talk to me anymore?" And the spirit said, "Because you talk too much." In front of about 25 to 30 ticket payers.
Nice.
That the whole place just fell out.
Oh, I can imagine.
So you and Lee are going to have some good times there.
Oh, we're going to have a blast.
Gwen and I'll be right there with you. And
us four are just going to have the best time because our people are going to have a good time. They come with us, they're going to have a great time.
Yes. So people, if you want to get it, I would advise getting your tickets now for that package, because this is going to be the fun bee, as Tony Stark put it.
Yes, it is.
With the four of us in this place,
we're gonna have a blast. I'm looking so forward to it because Lee's never been there, Gwen's never been there. Me and you both have, so we're old hats there now. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if they start calling both of our names as soon as we walked in.
Yeah. Because I was there, a year ago. The last time I was there.
Let's see, when did the shooting happen last year in the quarter? I was there the weekend after that with my granddaughter and my daughter.
Oh, wow.
And we investigated it.
Did you go to the voodoo location?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Well, this is fun, dude. We got in the voodoo place, and we got in the Laurie mansion too.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Dude, I went and knocked on the door.
uh,
I said, hey, I'm with All Access Network. I said, do you mind if me and my daughter and my granddaughter just walk through the building? She says, come on in. And they fed us.
wow.
So that was the second time I'd have been in there. But my granddaughter was like, Papa Blaine, this is the Laurie house. I said, yeah. He said, are you famous or something, Papa Blaine? I said, nope. I just went and asked. Remember, what's the worst they could tell me? No.
That's it. They're not going to charge you.
I thanked them. I appreciate it. And I told them that my family was from New Orleans. And we laughed because I have an Uncle John that's so Cajun, man. I haven't understood a word that man has said in 60 years. He's like the coach off the Water Boy.
Oh, he sounds like Dr. John.
Dr. John, dude, exactly like Dr. John. And I was telling that, he just laughed. He goes, yeah, I got an uncle and a couple of cousins that are like that.
For anybody who doesn't know who we're talking about, go to YouTube, type in Dr. John, watch the video.
He has a cool song called I Was in the Right Place at the Wrong Time.
Mm-hmm.
He had a bunch of songs. He's from New Orleans, too.
Yeah, you think with that accent?
Oh, God. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Lynn. he's thick.
I'm admiring my new lighting here.
Dude, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm the light bulb that's in front of me now used to be behind me right here.
Okay.
Right here. And my face was just dark. Totally black. And you couldn't see much of me. But of course, it was a little bit interfering with the black light posters, with the tapestries. They're not posters, they're tapestries. So I decided we're redoing this whole thing. I got to pull all this furniture out in here, put a baseboard down. Still haven't done that. I'm not looking forward to it. These things are big pieces of German furniture. And it's going to take all Galen and I can do to move these three things. I mean, one of them is 2/3 is a third bigger. Well, almost half. No, it's half again wider than the other two pieces. And they're all big German-made heavy wood.
I was stationed over there twice. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
And the middle one is bigger. Is a TV stand. That's got a 24, 25, 26, maybe a little bit bigger diagonal rectangular TV in it. That's how big it is. And I'm not looking forward to moving these bad boys. But I did take the stereo off that was on the top shelf. The top area has got a mirror behind it. Let me see if I can show it on camera.
Oh, that's nice.
So there's the TV there. That black spot's the TV.
Yeah.
That's a smaller piece there. Here's the other smaller piece here. And you see it's got the main part there. You see the reflection. It's got a glass door.
Yeah.
And the 2 storage areas up top. But the Gail's doll collection's up top.
Gotcha.
Yes, I do a show with about 15 dolls looking down at me.
That's okay. That's just 15 different souls looking down at you.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the other one over there.
Cool.
Right in the center of the screen. Yeah, there's a ceiling fan. And there's the other character in the room, Boos.
There's Bruce.
And of course, you've got Bones. They're talking in the microphone, and you also got what's her name? I forgot her name. Uh,
I don't know.
the cat. I'll think about it in a minute and tell you. But that was a quick tour around the studio.
It's pretty cool. What you see is what you get in here because this is the white room. It's mine and my wife's office.
Mm-hmm.
And our what we like to call our store. You see behind me the shelves, all the stuff that goes on there.
Yeah, why do y'all sell?
No, that's just like stuff we bought that's over at the grocery store that's doesn't fit in our cabinet, so it goes on there.
Oh.
No, we are going to have some new products for the New Orleans Paracon that me and Matt and Brown are making. We're about to come out with some cool stuff. I'm not going to give it away what we're doing, but it's going to be good. I mean, we've put a lot of thought into what we're going to do with those. But they'll be at the New Orleans Paracon. They'll also be at the Gettysburg Paracon and the Deep South Paracomic-Con. And if we have any left, they're probably going up to the MassCon with me and Lee and Matt and Gwen.
For those that don't know, Gettysburg, Deep South, and New Orleans Paracon are 3 weekends in a row.
Oh yeah.
And you, Gwenny, and Lee are going to hit that marathon.
Yes,
I do not envy you.
Gettysburg, I'm looking forward to because I love Gettysburg because I love history and getting to go back to Gettysburg. And then we turn around 6 days later, we're down there with you guys in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And then a week later, we're down at Deep South Paracomic-Con. We got a little break until October for the MassCon, but August, July, end of July, early August is going to be busy for us. I'm so looking forward to it. You know,
I couldn't do that. I've never been to Gettysburg, but it's with us doing some remodeling of the house. It's just not there. It's not possible.
Understand, but luckily that they do that every year. So maybe next year you guys can come with us.
Yeah, we'll have to take next year as it comes.
Dude,
I don't know what's going on next year.
Hey, that's the reason I limited myself to 4 this year. Because I just recovered from cancer, and I'm cancer free now. But that recovery process it's taking me a while to get my strength back. Oh, go away! I turned my printer off now. It wants to update itself.
Oh, great!
It's just disagreed. There we go. Sorry about that, Lynn.
That's okay.
But yeah, I'm so excited about all the places we're going this year. Now Gwen's going to more than we are.
Yes,
she's got a couple up northeast, and she's got a lot of friends up there, so she'll be doing more than me and Lee this year. But she'll still be representing all that network.
Yeah, she's doing some things with Rez, isn't she?
I'm not sure if Rez is going to do it up there with her. I think he's going to do Broadmoor Manor up there in Wisconsin.
Broadhead Manor, yeah.
Broadhead, thank you. I've never been up there yet, so
I have not either. I was supposed to go last year, and we were taking off. Well, but a year ago, we were going to the Paracon in Lafayette.
Okay.
We were literally walking out the door and had a plumbing disaster in the house.
Oh, good Lord.
To where I had to cut the water off at the main as we were pulling out of the driveway. I mean, the rental car was packed. We were walking through the house to make sure everything was shut down. And all of a sudden, the faucet explodes off the counter in the kitchen. I'm glad it happened when it did. Had it happened 10 minutes later, we'd have been on the road and the house would have been flooded.
Somebody didn't want y'all to go, did they?
And well, with the water cut off, we went down we already had our reservations in not only Lafayette, but Sunday night, and Monday night, we were going to be in New Orleans. And those reservations are already set, confirmed, and non-refundable.
Oh, yeah.
Had they been refundable, we probably would have canceled everything and just took the rental car back.
Mm-hmm.
But we just lost all that money. It'd been no real benefit to not going.
Exactly.
Because the only additional expense would have been the gasoline to get there and home.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and left, but then we had repairs to do here at the house, as in getting a plumber. And there went all the money to go to Broadhead.
Mm.
So didn't get to go. Even though I had a great build up for it, I ever interviewed the rock version of the Paracon.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had the owner of the venue where the rock portion was going to be held.
Oh, wow.
On the show, and interviewed him for about almost 2 hours.
Right on.
So we were rocking that night, and had his bass player also in there with him.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool. We talked a lot of music.
I bet.
Well, being a former DJ, I cannot sing, I cannot play an instrument, but being in the DJ and nightclub business for years, we talked a lot of bar happenings, the way bars are run, and a lot of music.
Yeah, I'm a drummer, so yeah, I can sing background. That's about it. But let me get behind the set and just do my thing.
Mm-hmm. You don't want me to try to sing. I mean, I sound like a cat with a closed line thing on its tail.
Pin?
Yeah, clothespin.
That's good, Lynn.
Anybody who's cool enough to do that knows what the cat sounds like.
Oh yeah. He'll just accidentally step on the cat. You'll hear that sound.
Yeah. So, and that's what I sing like. I cannot carry a note in a 55-gallon drum using a forklift.
Nice. But yeah, I'm really excited about all the guests that New Orleans Paracon. I mean, Johnny Z. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Patty Dagrin, Lee. You'll be there. I'll be there.
Patty is the reason that Father Sebastian's coming.
Oh, right on.
She's what's bringing him. They're apparently friends. And if Patty was not coming, he wouldn't even have considered it.
Yeah.
But they talked him into coming. And by the way, next year, they're going to move it to June to get it away from Gettysburg.
Smart. I'll be there next year.
And they're also going to start going into a little bit of the horror area.
Okay.
This year, they're going to have somebody who's playing Jason in an upcoming movie.
James Stokes. Yeah, he's a good guy. Him and his wife said you'll like them.
He will be there this year. So, James Stokes there. It's going to be interesting. A little bit of horror with Father Sebastian, James Stokes. So it's not just paranormal and ghost hunting. They're going a little bit into the horror this year, and even more so next year. So it's going to be even more fun next year.
Oh, like I said, we'll be there next year too.
Gail and I said we're going to go down there as long as we can. If that's the only one we go to.
I mean,
we're going to go down there.
Good. The food's so good. The atmosphere's down there good. And you've been there enough times to know what to watch out for down there. You watch for the flim-flammers, as I like to call them, because they're everywhere.
Yeah, you got to look out for the shoes.
For the shoes. Though I tell you, man, I'll tell you when you got them shoes. What? I just stare at them because I've heard this 1,000 times. And then they'll tell you, well, you got them shoes right here on this street, on this sidewalk. Give me my money. That's about what they do.
That's about it. And you also got to watch out for the street gravy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling everybody on every show, do not come down there, even though it's hot. I know it's baking in New Orleans. You're looking at 100 degrees temperature, about 100% humidity. but still do not wear open-toe shoes. Do not wear Crocs. Do not wear flip-flops.
Nope.
No open-toed shoes. In fact, if you've got some high-top tennis shoes, wear them, because you do not want to get the street gravy on your feet or your hands or anything else.
Oh, you don't want that gravy on you.
So that's you don't know where that's been
or what it is. Some
Yes.
of that stuff ain't got names for yet, Lynn.
Yes. Some of it glows in the dark.
I know.
If you remember Christmas Vacation, how their sewer is going pulsing green, that's kind of what that street gravy does at night.
Yep.
It looks brown during the daytime in the sunlight, but some of it's pulsing green, strange green light at night. And you don't know what it is, or where it's been, or nothing about it, and you don't want it on your bare feet.
No.
So that's a no-no. Bring running shoes or walking shoes, but make sure your feet are thoroughly enclosed, and do not splash that street gravy on yourself or other people.
No.
Especially if it hasn't rained for a week or two, and you know it hasn't rained in New Orleans for a week or two. Where's the water coming from? If it's on the street, especially where they park the carriages, you can kind of figure out where that is, and you don't want that on your feet either.
No.
Because it's not Budweiser beer.
No.
Even though it probably tastes similar. Budweiser is going to send me hate mail for that.
That's okay. Hey,
Now,
I'm
look down below the disclaimer.
You know, usually I just tell them to get rid of that damn disclaimer because most of us are adults, but Lee said we had to have it, so it's on there.
And I say, well, shit, we got to have it.
I hate it. I despise it. Lee knows it. Gwen knows it. When we do our shows, it'll be on for a few minutes and then go off. Then Gwen will put it back on there because people come in and out. I'm like, we have to, a movie doesn't have, they have it right at the beginning of the movie for mature audiences only. Then it's done. But I guess we got too many people that are too sensitive and they get their feelings hurt easy over stuff. So I'll just keep it at that.
And you never know what's coming out of my mouth when I say it.
This guy. Always joking that they put the disclaimer up for me, you, and Nathan.
And you heard me at the first talking about what happened today.
Dude, I was so mad about that myself because I have a lot of Jewish friends myself. I've served with them in the military. My best friend growing up, him and his family own a appliance store in Montgomery. I've known them since we were in kindergarten. And nicest people you'll ever meet, man. But when you got idiots out there that do stuff just to do it, it's like, why do you have that much hate for people? I don't understand that either.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not understand. I've never understood the Nazis, and I don't understand the people today. And it's increasing. It's everywhere now.
Well, the sad
left, right, whatever. There's just all kinds of Jewish hatred out there, and I don't understand it.
Well, you know what's even funnier, dude? Hitler was a quarter Jewish.
Yeah.
So he hated his own people.
Well, yeah. He was also not German. He was Austrian.
He was Austrian. You were correct about that.
And he was hating himself where he was from. He was nowhere near the so-called, superior race.
No.
There wasn't a blonde hair on his body. And he had medical issues out the yin-yang.
Oh, yeah. He did.
And the doctor had to give him a cocktail just to keep him upright.
Yeah, I know.
During the war.
He had more drugs than Elvis did.
Yeah. So I don't know where they got that idea. And then Himmler and some of the others, they were not the German ideal either.
No, they wouldn't. It's like, where did you come up with this master race when your leadership is not even a master race?
Right. And then they put out a baby that was supposed to be part of the master race and the future of the master race, except the baby had hair about the same color as yours.
Yeah.
And they found out the baby was actually Jewish.
Oh, that's golden.
You can't write this.
No, you can't.
You write that in a novel. They said, no, that will never happen. And I think it goes back to what the photographer knew the baby when he did the photo shoot with the baby. He knew the baby was Jewish and did the photo shoot just for spite. And it was broadcasting all the Nazi propaganda. This is the future of the Third Reich. Da 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 da. BS, BS, BS. And the whole time the photographer is laughing in his pillow every night because he knew that he did a photo shoot with a Jewish baby, and the Nazis were, putting that forward as the German ideal.
I tell you what, that is some damn good karma right there.
Yes. I'm surprised you didn't know that, being a history guy.
Huh?
I'm surprised you didn't know that, being a history guy. I
heard the story a long time ago. It was just, I've been to Germany. I've been to the concentration camp in Auschwitz. And as an empath medium, dude, that was one of the hardest places I ever had to go to.
My wife tells me that I would not want to go.
Dude, the only reason I went, I made myself go. Because I had to know why they did what they did to those poor people. What 6 million people they got rid of?
Yeah. And the way they got rid of made lampshades out of some of their skin.
I know. And then when they got caught, when they were in Nuremberg at the trials, tried to say we were following orders. No, you could have not followed that order. You could have said no. Now, you probably would have been dead too, but at least you'd have died with integrity.
Right. And that's what the whole Nazi thing is. There was no integrity, no empathy, no nothing.
None. And you know what makes me really mad, Lynn? Is during World War I, when Hitler was a corporal, a British soldier had him dead to rights and let him walk.
He was wounded by a bullet. He also got exposed to mustard gas.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of working on the background on a book. It's actually a series. Good day to you. To our Australian friend. But him and Himmler get killed in World War I.
Nice.
And that what's his name that was head of the Luftwaffe?
Goring.
Goring. He was almost killed flying in World War I.
Well, they shot him down.
Yes.
Twice.
He was almost killed.
Both times.
In my writings, all three of them get killed.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
You know what the main cause of World War II is, right?
Basically, Germany was, this is what I've learned in history, is they were tired of owing all the money for their discretions in World War I, and Hitler wanted to bring the economy back up and take over Nazi Germany, make it Nazi Germany. But what is your theory on it?
It was our fault.
Oh, ours? Okay.
Ours. Because we refused, the Congress voted down joining the precursor to the UN that our own Woodrow Wilson kind of started.
The League of Nations.
And the Congress that voted it down said, we're not joining that. We're isolationist. So it was our isolationism and tariffs that caused the Great Depression. And if you study the history of economics, isolationism doesn't win.
No, it doesn't.
It's like communism and socialism. Neither one of those systems work.
Nope.
I mean, Google socialism. They say Google will tell you right at the start with in big print. Socialism is a social economic system that cannot work with 500 people or more.
No.
If you're isolated, if you're a tribe on an isolated island and trade with nobody, socialism can work. And it worked for some Native American tribes who were kind of isolated and didn't trade outside themselves.
But they were so self-sufficient they didn't need to.
Yeah, they didn't need to. But if they're isolated, but in a community of people where you got any kind of dealing with the outside world, it cannot work. Countries have tried it and tried it and tried it. And Christy is absolutely right.
She is.
When we went isolationist after World War One, went back into our shell, came back to North America, and said, we're done. We're not going to have anything to do with the outside world. We've got everything we need. And became isolationists, refused to join the League of Nations. We slowly fell into recession and depression. Our isolationist policies caused the Great Depression and the tariffs.
Yeah.
Caused the Great Depression. Hitler had a little bit of a following after World War One. He was sent in there as a police officer to break up the dissidents speaking out against the government. And he went in there and got converted, but their speaker was not a very good speaker. Hitler was a fantastic speaker. Gotta give him kudos for that.
He was a great orator. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He was a fantastic speaker. And he went in there and just kind of took it over with his speaking abilities. But he didn't have a platform. If you're going to get people behind your idea, you've got to have an issue.
Yes.
And with Germany, with all the bills France and Great Britain were putting on them, they started recovering with U.S. money. The big businessmen went over to Germany and invested like the rich do now. Rich all over do this. This is what keeps the economy going. When the rich start hoarding all their money, which is a big problem today, and they put it in foreign bank accounts or just let it sit there and gain interest, that hurts the economy. It hurts the world's economy, and that's what's making us hurt now. But you had some people going in there and investing in Germany so they could make that money back, but helping the Germans get businesses started, get their economy rolling, and they did make money out of it. But then when the stock market fell, they all had to go back to New York and recover their losses and lick their wounds because they lost millions, of course, when the stocks collapsed.
Sure.
So all of a sudden, all this American money got pulled out of the German economy. This gave Hitler an issue.
Yep.
He started talking, and because it was the banks, the rich, that pulled out of New York. He said it was all Jewish folks that pulled the money out of New York. From New York, who had the money and just jerked the rug out from under the economy in Germany. He blamed that on the Jews. The banks all went basically belly up in Germany. Hitler had his issue. He harped on it, and the rest is history.
Yep.
If it weren't for our isolationist policies and our tariffs, stopping a lot of our overseas trade, if we'd have kept on, we would have dodged the Depression, and Hitler would have been somebody you never heard of.
Yeah, he'd have been a footnote when being arrested or writing a book, Mein Kampf.
Mm-hmm. And the way I'm writing it, he gets killed along with other people that was top in Nazi Germany, and we keep on going ahead. But we do go to the moon. Germany helps out a lot.
Okay.
We do go to the moon because right at the end of World War One. It happened in 1899. London got attacked. Aliens.
Oh, cool.
And New Jersey got attacked after World War One. Radio broadcast. War of the Worlds.
The War of the Worlds, yeah.
By the way, these are not aliens. Okay, I wasn't going to go there, Christy, but
Christy, that's wrong. You're talking to a diehard over here, so watch out.
Well, you got to forgive me then, because I had went to two schools, to two economics classes, two teachers who never met each other, but were both diehard Republicans. But I'm talking about their families for generations were Republicans. They were diehard Republicans. Their kids were Republicans. That they had in common, but they never met each other. And they were both free traders. No tariffs. Tariffs were evil.
Well,
and most real Republicans are against tariffs.
Well, what I thought about that is we've been getting taxed or tariffed from other countries, an unfair trade advantage. He evened it up. That's all I'll say about that.
Well, he put tariffs on bananas. We can't produce bananas here.
Yeah, no.
Anything we can't produce, and some of the things, there's a reason there's a lot of manufacturing overseas, is because even if you could put 100% tariffs on a lot of products, and we still can't make it as cheap as you can buy it overseas. You can pay 100% tariffs, pay for the product, and it's still cheaper than the same thing made in this country. Because you can't compete with an American wage.
That was for Christy.
They can't compete with somebody making in Bangladesh making $1 an hour.
Worse than we are, Christy. So,
but you can't compete with people in Bangladesh making $1 an hour, or people in other places in the Orient making $3 an hour.
I understand. But
when to make a living wage here,
the balance trade a little bit more fair, because we were getting ganked for everything. They wouldn't let American products come into their countries. And now they're letting stuff from America go to their country. So it's a win-win for America too, because the guys that own this, that make the cars or make whatever here in America, they're getting to sell their stuff overseas to make themselves more profit.
It's kind of working, kind of not. Where it hurts is your cars. The automobile industry is really hurting, because there are things that are made in Mexico that are sent to the United States that have another part put on. The same part sent back to Mexico to have some more manufacturing done to it, some parts added to it, sent back to the United States, and it's finally put on the car. But it crosses the border twice. There are some that cross the border 4 times. And they have to pay a tariff every time. And that's just making a $100 part cost nearly $200.
Yeah.
And that's why it's adding the average new car with the tariff that was on there. Now it's a 15% that is adding $4,000 to $5,000 to the price of your cars.
Well, unless you buy
and they're illegal.
Alabama-made cars, your Hyundais and Kias are made here in Alabama, right over on your home state of Georgia.
Mm-hmm. Mercedes-Benz too.
Mercedes-Benz is in Tuscaloosa. They just opened up up near Huntsville, they just Toyota is coming down and putting stuff down there that they're going to make. And I forget there's another car company coming that's going to Mobile area. So they're made in America.
Yeah, that's good things.
Yeah, I'm always for made in America, and I like other products from other countries too. Stuff that we can't produce ourselves.
Right, like we can't make TVs.
Oh, we could. We just don't want to.
Well, you can if you have, say, let's say Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, wants to put $1 billion into a new factory. Still have to get the glass. We have nobody that makes the glass for the right here.
Yeah.
Bip on the glass. We have nobody, whether you're on a laptop like I am, a phone, or desktop computer, like the big screen that I got back over here on camera a while ago. We have nobody here that makes that glass. To build a factory to make glass, you got to train the people to make the glass, buy all the machinery to make the glass. So you've got to get your TV manufacturer, and you got to put another $500 million into a glass manufacturer to make the correct glass. Then you build the TV, and it's still going to be $300 or $400 more than an LG. And Americans are not going to buy that; they'll go buy the LG.
I don't know when Arkansas, dude, TVs are dirt cheap here because you can get a Samsung or
right. That's what I'm saying. You can't compete with the Samsungs and the LGs coming in from the Orient. You can't build them for that here because we make too much money. Unless you want your kids to go work in this mythical TV factory and make $3 an hour the rest of their lives.
True.
That's the only way you can compete with the Samsungs and the LGs of the world.
I know right now, like around here, you can get a 65-inch for like $238 right now. Well, now, everything else has went up.
Our 55 is 10 years old, and that is amazing. It's still working fine. Has no blank spots, no flashing lights or anything in it, because a big screen TV only lasts about 10, 12 years old. So we're probably going to have to replace that in the next 5 years. In fact, almost guaranteed we'll replace it in the next 5 years.
Look at it, cheap right now, Lynn.
Yeah, and we'll probably replace it with a 65-inch. We got a spot. I may put a 70-inch up there. I don't know.
Yeah, my entertainment center only fit the 65, so that's as big as I can go. So that's what's going to stay there.
Well, I've got the 55 hanging on the wall. We put the bracket in the back, threw it into the studs in the wall, and it's on the wall. And all I got to do is take that bracket down and put a bracket for a 65 or 70-inch up on the wall and hang it.
It might expand it might expand for you. It might go up to that, or well, the new ones do. They'll go from 55 to 85.
Right. This is 10 years old, so I don't know if it does that or not.
Hey, as long as it's still working, though, I keep playing it.
Keep playing it? Yeah. I can only have Netflix on it for the rest of this month, and that's it. You can't be watching Netflix on it anymore because they're not set up for that old TV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I have to watch it here on my laptop, this is just we got this about 4 months ago.
You know what you can do, Lynn? Is take your laptop and get what's that cable called? HDMI cable? Go right through your laptop, right to your TV. It'll play fine. That would be it.
So yeah, I've got that one is an old one. I've got 2 new ones around here somewhere, so I could actually go there. I've got the cables to do it.
Right on.
So that is very possible. I got it back here so I can hook up a bigger TV to my little dinky laptop, which is back here behind me.
Yeah.
And I could always hook it up to this one if I wanted to get a 60-inch TV because I got a big flat desk here in front of me.
Yeah.
I could always just pull the laptop more forward and put a 60-inch TV here, or heck, 80-inch TV here on this desk.
Right on. Yeah,
And behind me is the big space. You see the gap between the screen I've got in this back here. The big gaps I got on either side.
Yeah, the desk I'm on now, it's going away at Christmas time because my wife wants one that's L-shaped, sort of where she could put like the printer and stuff on it. And so this one we've had for like 21 years. This cheap presswood I bought from the BX, many years ago. It's still standing, but it's going away at Christmas time when Black Friday sales hit.
Yeah, Christy said, keep the screen free from dust and it will last. This is true.
Yeah.
See, Australia's having the same problem we are. They can't manufacture stuff because their wages are kind of high too, like ours. Wow.
Lord, girl.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, but I don't know the difference what the dollar value is of Australian dollars compared to US dollars. So
I couldn't tell you that either. I really don't know.
I used to know when I go over there a lot, but I haven't been there in many, many years.
Talking about Australians are fun in New Orleans.
Oh, they're fun in Australia too.
Yeah, true.
I used to have the best time with the Australian Air Force and the New Zealand Air Force. I could get over there, and it was funny because I'm Southern, so it was like they always called me Yank. I said, I'm not a Yank. I was born in Alabama. What's in Alabama?
Actually, my sister's in Alabama.
Okay.
She lives in Fort Mitchell.
Okay. I'm not.
You know where Fort Mitchell is?
About a couple hours.
Yeah, but it's also just south of Phoenix City, Alabama, and just across the river from Fort Benning.
Fort Benning, yeah.
Known for a cemetery. That's all Fort Mitchell is. A big trailer park and a big cemetery.
That is it.
And that's all that's there.
And, don't forget, all your nice little meth labs and trailers that blow up, and people describing how the tornado tore up their meth trailer.
Yeah, my niece and nephew got into that. I think she's still in jail for the third or fourth time.
Dude, it's every night on our news. It's all about Phoenix City, Columbus area. They had another meth lab blow up, or they had another meth lab get busted.
My nephew's been in and out of jail a couple of times, and he lives in Phoenix City. And he's burned down at least one trailer in one house making meth.
And I bet they put him on the news describing how the trailer blowed up, and he didn't know why the trailer blowed up.
Yeah, they are not welcome at my house.
Yeah, Christy, I'm just no Johnny Reb, so.
Well, I was born right there in Columbus, Georgia.
Dude, you're not far. I grew up in Montgomery, so I just live north of Montgomery now in Wetumpka.
Back in '98, I delivered for McKesson. And 5 days a week, I ran from Columbus, delivering drugs, legal drugs, to drugstores, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, a couple of hospitals, also Walmart. So legal drugs, please. Don't send me hate mail.
Yeah.
But you drove Montgomery 5 days a week.
Yeah. Right there. What'd you hit? 280 to 60 to 85 down?
Yeah, basically I drove to Auburn and hit the interstate down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we do too. When I worked over at Fort Benning, I worked IT over there. I'm so glad I don't make that drive no more, man. That was because they're our time different than we are.
Right.
So I'd have to leave an hour earlier because of the time difference, where I'd be to work on time there. And I drove that thing. I hit Wire Road right off 85, take the back way into Columbus, hit the base, go to that one back gate, and go to the hospital, because that's why I worked IT at the hospital over there. And ended up getting a job here in Montgomery at Gunner. I was like, deuces, bye Columbus. My brother lives over there now, and he works over there.
You see this here, right?
Oh, she coming to see us? Heck
Yes.
yeah. You come on, girlfriend.
Come on down.
Yeah, we'll welcome you with open arms.
Yes. It's gonna be fun in New Orleans.
Oh, dude, New Orleans! I'm so excited about New Orleans. And when Lee told me, he says, "Hey, Blaine, you want to go to New Orleans next year?" That's right before I ended up getting cancer. I'm like, "Yeah, I'd love to go. Let's go." And then I got cancer, and she said, "Oh, you're still good. It's not till 2026." I'm like, "Yes, I'll be healed by then."
Yeah. When you got Chris on as your guest, ask him about me.
Oh, I'm gonna bring you up the first thing. Hey, Lynn Dorman said hello, and see his response to it. He's probably watching us now.
He probably is.
Hi, Chris.
I did put on the hashtag on because I send my YouTube to my Facebook.
Yeah.
And I did hashtag New Orleans Paracon.
Nice.
So if he keeps track of those, when I hashtag it, he normally sends me a heart.
Yeah.
So this show got my Facebook version of it is hashtag New Orleans Paracon.
Dude,
a year ago, I was down there at the Lafayette Paracon, left there, spent Sunday night and Monday night in New Orleans at one of their favorite hotels, and did some ghost hunting all night, both nights.
Yeah.
At that hotel, and that hotel is haunted. It was a lot of fun. And one of the shows here a few months ago, I actually read. I've got a whole legal page typed out. The hotel puts out about their history and some of the ghosts that they have there. One's an old Confederate soldier. They have an old Union soldier going over there. They've got what the hotel is a series of buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on both sides of the street. One of the very few hotels where they have both sides of the street. Same hotel. And you park over there and you walk, across the street to get to the lobby. You check in and either take you back to one side of the street in the back, or they'll take you over to the other side. The other side does not have any pools. The side with the office has two pools. And it's just a bunch of buildings. They moved there and put together and made a hotel of it, including the former Black History building.
Okay.
Black History Museum building. When they built their big nice place they have now, they got hold of the building for this hotel, and it's part of the hotel now. And it's a labyrinth. You're walking back left, right, going cut through here. You would love this place. It's the base building was a mansion that was built in the 1700s. You would absolutely love this place. Hang on a second. Go ahead and talk about something. Let me go get that sheet of paper. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk about whatever you want to talk about.
No, just like, no, Christy, we're happy you're coming to see us, man. Well, hey, Sean.
Hey, figured I'd hop on for a second since he's going to get that.
Yeah, dude, it'll be fun. You're still up in Ohio, right?
I'm in Illinois, buddy.
Oh shit! You're from my wife's home state. I'm sorry.
Yep, I'm from Galesburg, Illinois.
My wife's from Chatham, Illinois, right next to Springfield.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back, and you see this.
Good God Almighty!
This is what they handed me at the desk of the hotel, and you can see this next to my head. There it is.
Damn, boy.
Of course, this is the New Orleans and Hotel St. Pierre history. Hotel St. Pierre. One of the buildings is known as a Peyrolux, Peyrous. You probably figure how to pronounce that better than I do.
Perilou.
Peyrolux was erected for Gabriel Perilou, de la Roche, FTVE, or is that an I? Molibe, a native of Mortagne, France. Mortane.
Okay.
It used to be on Bayou Road, and Gabriel Perilou purchased it in 1777. Only a few years ago, while it was still under construction, he found out that he owned property halfway across New Orleans. Now, of course, back here, we're talking about just a few blocks.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was almost all the way across the other side of the city.
Wow.
So he wanted to move this house he was building. Instead of putting on this property, put it on the property he already owned. So he had the house torn down, brick by brick, and reconstructed on his other property.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. And it survived the fires.
Jeez.
Perilou chose the corner of Burgundy and Dumaine Street, specifically because Susanna's father, Francis Caue,
Yeah, call.
owned the entire block and had owned it since 1754. And remember, this is in 1781.
Wow.
They got the Jazz Museum there. The Crossbeam Hotel opened in the old Jazz Museum to the public in 1969. So they've got Jazz Museum and Black Museums things there. They got a whole, in the lobby, they've got a whole area dedicated to the old Jazz Museum because that's where it was. That's a little
Back in
lobby
the
area.
younger days, I probably stumbled past both of those going to another bar. Back in the old days.
You know where there's an old store. I don't need heat on right now. There's an old store that's well known across New Orleans. And it's actually a block away from this old store. It's been there for hundreds of years. And still they make sandwiches there, and it's just a nice little convenience store. But it's the oldest convenience store.
I can't remember the name, but I know what you're talking about.
It's on the same street a block away.
Probably had a couple of sandwiches out of that place.
So you probably been right by there.
I've walked every street in the quarter, so yeah, I probably have been by there.
It's an amazing place. They have a ghost upstairs in their attic. They also have a somebody who appears even during the daytime hours at the front door when people are unloading their car and putting the suitcases down. They'll have somebody in what looks like a hotel uniform trying to help them get their belongings in the hotel. And then all of a sudden he disappears.
Hey, as long as you got into the room, I'm good with that.
But he didn't get them in the room. He just basically moved them straight to the lobby, to the checkout.
I got you. Hey, at least you got them from the street to the lobby, at least.
Mm-hmm. And people will comment about it. You know, the guy's pretty nice. You know, who is he? And that's the guy that worked there and died 100 years ago.
Hey, look, he's still doing his job well. So
yeah, it's a fun place. St. Pierre is an interesting place to stay. And now, of course, the next hotel that Gail and I want to stay at, it, of course, is the one for the Paracon. But another one that we want to stay at is the Pirate Hotel, the Lafitte Hotel.
Love that hotel.
They got a bar. They got an old elevator there that would take you up to the second floor.
Yes, they do.
They got the blacksmith shop is across the street, which is kind of the redneck local place.
Yeah.
But they've got a really nice version there at the hotel. You know where I'm talking about.
I do.
And that's a nice place. Also, on that staircase, and you know where I'm talking about, in the hotel. Years and years ago, there was a lady that was there with a child. The child got sick and died in a room upstairs on the second floor. The lady was so distraught. The child used to play on the staircase. The lady was so distraught that she locked herself into that room and didn't come out. They finally, after a few days, went up there to see her, and she was dead in the room.
Mm.
And you sometimes see the mother and child walk down the staircase.
That'd be cool.
And do you really want to stay in that room?
I do.
You can.
Oh,
you can.
That's my luck.
Yeah. That's the nice things about hotels. A lot of the times, the most haunted room in there you can rent. That's like
That
here in
one
Arkansas.
can't.
You can. CAN.
Oh, shit, I'd be in there in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have the whole group of us in that room, investigating that room
all night long.
Oh yeah.
You've heard of the Crescent here in Arkansas, right?
Yes.
There's a room that when the place was under construction, a guy was working up top. You get the framework built for the roof, and fell down, lost his balance, and fell, and hit the floor of a future hotel room. They hadn't built the room yet, but he hit the floor and, of course, died.
Lynn, I hate to interrupt you for a second, but dude, I'm getting the smell of cafe au lait right now, and I don't have any coffee. I'm smelling it strong. They know we're talking about New Orleans, dude, so they're bringing me some cafe au lait.
Oh yeah, I can't drink coffee, so
I'm not a big fan of it either, but I love a couple of sips of the cafe au lait. It's coffee and chicory with half a cup of milk, with half and half, with milk in it, and I like it, but because I love the beignets. But I'm smelling that. It's like, God, that smells good. I don't like coffee that much, but I love the smell of it when it's brewed.
Yeah, the smell is nice. But at the Crescent, the spot where that guy fell and died, where he landed, is under the bed of a room.
Ooh.
You can rent that room. Now you have to put up, because they have ghost tours there every night.
Yeah.
Because people can sign up, pay a couple of bucks, and they'll show them around the hotel, all the little haunted spots. A couple of times a night, they will bring a tour in front to your room. They won't come into the room if it's occupied. But if you're staying in that room, you'll hear the tour go by. Some people that don't mind open the door and bring everybody in the room. This is the room.
I'd be like, come on. We got a ghost box going there. You want to play?
Oh, heck yeah. I would have Echo Box going on one of the beds.
Exactly.
And have some fun with it. And I'd tell the hotel, I said, look, when you want to bring a tour, if you want to bring them into the room, just knock on the door. I'll answer the door, and y'all can come in.
Come on.
And of course,
come on, because I want to see their faces when they get their names called by the box.
Yes.
Or they had EVP say their name or their mama's name or something and watch their faces. It's pure classic gold for me.
I did that once at the. You've seen my intro, hadn't you?
Yes.
Okay, and you saw where in the New Orleans Paracon intro of when I said that I'll be podcasting the whole thing. I'm sitting on my arms crossed in front of our leaning against our Magnum, 2006 Dodge Magnum, by the way, in front of the Allen House, a popular haunted place here. in Arkansas, about 30, 35 miles south of here.
Right on.
I was in there on Halloween, and they had tours going on. I set up in their dining room, and I was talking to the number 2 spirit there. The number 1 spirit is Liddell Allen. She was a suicide. I'm not going to go in the long story. That's too much show. Too much showtime. Her son is Alan. And I was talking to Alan. Alan's a jokester. He would talk to you all night long.
Love it.
He loves to play a little gag on you. A guy came walking in with a baseball hat, kind of like I'm wearing tonight. I probably need to prop up a little bit to get the shadow off my forehead so you can see my eyeballs. Anyway, he's wearing a baseball hat like this. And he'd been the only one to walk through the house with a baseball cap on. So I said, Alan, the guy walks in the door. I said, Alan, can you give me the name of the gentleman in the baseball cap? Of course, the guy in the baseball cap stops because he knows he's the only one wearing one in the whole house.
He's like,
Alan immediately names his name that I had not heard until Alan said it. The guy bolted out of the room, out of the house, down the street to his car and left.
love those.
It was hilarious.
Lynn, I call them the ass and elbows because that's all you're going to see is ass and elbows, and they're gone.
That's all we saw. And Alan was laughing. You could hear the laughter coming out of the speaker.
I know you've been in Alabama before. Did you ever investigate Sloss furnaces?
No, I never got there. Never got to Birmingham.
I will give you a funny story about Sloss.
Go ahead.
Lee, myself, and her husband, Matt, and their son, Elijah. Elijah was like 9 or 10 at the time. We're standing out before we walked through the gates, and there was 2 football players. One played at Bama, one played at Auburn. They were buddies. They went to high school together. And both of them like, I'm not scared of none of this stuff. And then the first one got whispered in his ear. And he looked at his buddy and he said, no, man, this ain't real. He said, dude, I just got whispered in my ear. I'm sitting there trying not to laugh at him. Then his buddy said, well, you're just being a fraidy cat. And it hit him next. Dude, they started shaking. Started crying. I don't like this place no more, man. I'm sorry. I'm busting out laughing. And Matt and Lee's son, Elijah, 10 years old, stood in front of me because I'm just, he said, stand behind me. I'll protect you. And I'm like, this is hilarious. And they did it to them both again, dude. And I saw both of them hauling ass out to the parking lot, ass and elbows, sideways out the parking lot. They were gone. I never saw them.
You can be here a minute.
No.
You can't?
No, I cannot.
You cannot.
But yeah, it's going to be fun to see what adventures we get into in New Orleans.
Well,
I think it's warm in here.
we have a controller. In fact, she is ordering from Walmart, I think, a bunch of cat leashes.
Okay.
And she's going to tie cat leashes to all of us. The wife, Gail.
Gail, I don't want no leash.
And what she's on a rollator, one of those rolling walkers.
Oh my God.
She's going to tie she's going to tie
Damn it, I need a spork.
all the leashes to the walker.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
We're going to go through New Orleans like that.
I'm going to bend her and I'm going to get a little whip.
Oh, she said she's going to get a whip and you can kind of bend her.
It's like, okay, make sure I'm the furthest away.
Gail is in her 60s now, but when she was a lot younger, before we got married, she was
My age, why don't you?
she was a power lifter.
You go, girl. Hey, I'm doing good to lift 10 pounds right now.
She in her prime could bench right at 200 and could deadlift almost 4.
Dude, I couldn't lift that when I played baseball at Bama back in the 80s. I was looking at about 175, and I was like, I'm good. But they didn't push us like they do the kids now. So
Yeah.
we just did it because they made us do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you played baseball?
Yeah.
What position?
I played, let's see, I started at third base. I played 83, 84, and 85. I played with Dave Magadan and Craig Shipley. Both of them made it to the league. Craig was funny. Christy would like Craig. He was from Australia. Never even heard of baseball, but he was good. I mean, he was so good he got first round draft pick out of the pros. I played third base. I played some short. I played some catcher. I played some outfield because I was skinny, fast, and strong. Now I'm none of those.
Right. Me too. I was playing right field into the early 90s.
Nice. Now, I did get drafted twice. I got drafted my junior year of high school by the Yankees, and I hate the Yankees. I didn't want to go to New York. Then I got drafted by Toronto my freshman year at Alabama. I'm like, I ain't going to Canada. Because back then their dollar was a lot less than ours. So I'd be like making half of what I'd make if I played the team of the States.
Right.
I promised my grandfather that I would get my education, which I did. I got my degree. Went back and got 2 master's degrees. After I, thank you, Uncle Sam, for paying for those, for my master's degrees. Yeah, I played 3 years at Bama, graduated early. I was starting to work on my master's program, and I got hurt. And back in those days, when you signed a letter of intent, it was for a year. And they had a choice to renew your letter of intent, what people call their scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
When I got hurt, my senior year, which would have been my senior year, they decided not to renew my scholarship. So I went in the Air Force for the next 26 years after that. So.
Yeah, I guess you don't pay. You probably totally ignore Joe Scarborough.
He's from Alabama too. He's just a goof.
Actually, he's from Georgia.
Oh, he went to school at Bama, but
he went to school in Alabama, graduated law school there.
Mm-hmm.
And then his family moved down to the Panhandle of Florida, and that's where he got elected to Congress.
Yeah. I don't watch much news anyway, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you the reason I don't, because I'm an empath medium, so it really just sets me off sometimes. Like
right.
News, like I do watch some, but I don't watch every day. Like the story today with the synagogue, that was really rough for me, being an empath medium, because I could feel what they felt. I could feel that fear, that discombobulation. And wonders like, why?
You know, we lost a plane in the Middle East too.
Yeah, we lost a air refueler. We lost a KC-135 out of Birmingham.
They don't make those anymore. We've only got so many 135s. Now we got the KC-10s, but we've only got. I think we've only got about 50 of those.
We've got 52 exactly, and the 135s, they're based out of Barksdale, and the Birmingham Air National Guard has some, and it was a Birmingham Air National Guard bird that went down, but it was flown by an active duty crew. So that's either going to come down to crew error or the poor mechanic that worked on the plane, because that's the first thing they always look at is the poor crew chief.
Right.
You know, the wrench turners, the guys that get out there and bleed and sweat on that plane. And I feel sorry for those guys, because I can tell you exactly what's going to happen to those poor guys. They're going to get called into the commander's office, and then somebody from the JAG is going to be there. And they're going to ask them a series of questions. Then they're going to make them take a lie detector test. Then they're going to make them take a urine analysis. And then after that, it depends on a tribunal of 3 military judges. And they don't have to be Air Force. They can be from any branch of the service. And they will go through that. I'm hoping it was just a bad part or something that just wore out, because I don't want to see somebody go to jail, especially a pilot. I mean, well, they're no longer here, so the poor crew chiefs that worked
still
on.
hate it for their families.
I hate it more than you ever know, man. Because my job in the Air Force was an air transportation specialist or an air cargo specialist, so I saw every dead body at every duty station I was ever at. We put them, they come to us, mortuary affairs will bring them to us, and we would take what they would call an HR case or human remain case. And we'd have to open them up and dry ice them so they could make the flight to wherever. Most of the time it was going to Dover for mortuary affairs there. And there's a little tube on the side. You can open it up, you pull it out, and it'll show you what the cause of death was. If it was firefight, or if they burned, or whatever happened to them, we put them back on the plane and send them their way. And so I probably saw thousands of bodies in those HR cases, and I felt so bad for them, their families, and their fellow troops that they were buddies with, because that's not everyday stuff that you see. Only like, first responders and military people have to deal with stuff like that. And like I said, you said it right. You feel bad for them, their families, their buddies, all the people's lives that they had touched.
Mm-hmm.
No, they got to miss their family. I mean,
especially when they blame it on the pilot. Can you imagine how those pilots' families feel when they say pilot error?
I do know. I had a colonel that was my commander at one time, and he was the one that got blamed for the 130 that went down at Fort Bragg. They were doing an air demonstration, dropping a tank out of the back of the 130, and he got too low. And I knew his wife because she'd always come to our squadron functions and stuff, and she was just devastated because her husband had flown like 20-something years, had thousands of hours of flight time. And she couldn't stop apologizing, but she felt so bad. I hated it for her because she took what we would call survivor's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just sweet lady. But I hated it for her. I hated it for her husband. I hated it for their family. But also I also felt for the crew members that were there. And then to just say, okay, it was pilot error. It could have been a gauge or something that was bad, and he thought he was doing the right thing. But yeah, they just threw it on him. It's like, okay, it was pilot error.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, buddy. But
yeah, a lot of times it is pilot error. But look at the Buddy Holly plane crash.
Yeah. Well, the guy he'd only been out of training. He'd only had 2 solo flights.
Yeah, and he had recently failed a test.
Yes, he did.
To qualify for that kind of flying that he was having to do, where he couldn't see the horizon. He had failed. He had no business in that plane. No business at all. The owner should have flown the flight himself.
That's what I'm saying.
and the accident would not have occurred because he was used to flying by instruments and would have known instead of going up, which is basically, I call him a student pilot. He was 21.
Yeah.
Thought he was going up because the horizon was backwards than what he was used to training with.
You know who the luckiest man in the world was that day?
Waylon Jennings?
Waylon Jennings, yes. He lost a bet. I bet that was the best bet. He was so happy he lost.
The coin toss.
He lost a coin toss, exactly.
And that room still exists. And the surf is still open, and you can go in there and tour that room where where all their signatures are.
Oh, wow.
And actually stand right there where the coin toss happened.
Wow.
The phone Richie Valens used to call home is still there.
That's pretty cool.
You can stand right there on the phone. Waylon Jennings was there later, several years later, and the whole room is signatures of people that have played at the surf. He put a red, I can't call it an octagon because it was an odd shape. What do they call that?
Oval?
No, the odd shape. It's not really a name for it.
Okay.
The polygon, I think it is.
Polygon, okay.
Where it's not really it's not a square, it's not a circle, it's not an oval, it's not a rectangle or triangle, it's a polygon. He signed it, he did it red between other people's autographs and signed Waylon Jennings and dated it.
Wow.
At a later date. He heard about that event because him and Buddy were best friends.
Yeah.
And Waylon got, was on the bus, and Buddy Holly was upset about that to start with. And he said, well, I hope your old bus breaks down, and that was frequent.
Oh, yeah.
And last words Waylon ever said to Buddy, well, I hope your plane crashes.
Wow.
And that was the last thing. Then they went out and played together later. It's kind of scary watching some of the photos because one of the other groups, their drummer was sick. Flu was going rampant through the whole tour. And the bopper was sick with the flu.
Yeah.
One of the other groups, their drummer was sick. So guess who played drums that night?
Waylon.
Mm-mm.
Buddy?
Waylon was on bass.
Oh, okay.
Buddy Holly played drums for another group during their set. And there's one picture where you can just see his head behind the drum set, playing the drums. He got mid motion. He's about like this.
Yeah.
Playing the drums. And you can just, like I said, just see his head, but you know who it is.
Right on.
And there's one picture there also, Buddy Holly singing, and you can see Waylon on the bass guitar in the background.
Right on.
They did not speak during that set. You've been in the band. You don't talk really a whole lot before or after the set or especially during the set, except the set stuff. And that was the last words he said to Buddy. He said that haunted him basically until he died. He blamed himself. He blamed himself for that crash for years.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, that's probably why he got so hard into the drugs, so hard into the liquor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That would weigh on a lot of people,
Yeah. How do you live with that? And he answered that question: drugs and alcohol.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
Like Chevy Chase's father said in Christmas Vacation, I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels.
A lot of help from Jack Daniels, exactly.
That was horrific, and like I said, that was pure pilot error.
Yeah,
and it was one of those things that should not have happened. Which caused several other lives. Buddy Holly's wife was pregnant. He was only there because his manager, they were having issues, and he had broken off with the manager, and that's why he broke off with the Crickets. The Crickets were not with him. on this
Oh,
tour
wow.
because he broke off with the Crickets. The Crickets were signed under contract with the manager. So when Holly basically fired him and got out from under him, but his money was still tied up where he couldn't get it. Buddy Holly was, let's say, rich. He may not have made millionaire status quite yet, but he was well on his way.
Yeah.
But the manager tied it up in banks under his name, the manager's name. So the manager was making all the interest off Buddy Holly's money. And he still hadn't got that all untied. Buddy Holly did not want to go back on tours. In New York, he wanted to produce. He wanted to write songs for other people.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't make a living quite yet because it wasn't that started that yet doing that, the side stuff. So this tour came out. He went because he needed the money because his money was all tied up. His pregnant wife found out about it watching the news. This goes back full circle to us talking about news. And it actually made the current laws to where CNN, Fox, MS Now, whatever they want to call themselves, says we can't announce the name of the victims until the next of kin. So maybe 2 or 3 days before you hear that name.
Yeah.
This is what started it. Was this plane going down? Because she found out watching a newscast or listening to the radio, probably listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And heard that Buddy Holly had been killed, and she went immediately and had a miscarriage.
Oh my gosh.
And there was another singer that was come up at that time, wrote a song, not American Pie. That came years and years, decades later. I wasn't even born when that plane crashed. There was another singer coming up along the same time. He was affected. He's like you. He probably was, if you talk to him, was a little bit empathic, maybe more than a little bit. And this devastated him. He wrote a song about Buddy Holly specifically and about the plane crash in general. And he went in kind of in the depression thing. It affected his career. And he refused to fly to start with. Finally got to a point where you have to fly sometimes. When they book you, you've got so long to get from one town to another, you take a plane. He died in a car crash going to the airport.
Good gosh.
And it's kind of the fault of this plane crash that he was in that situation. So he was kind of another victim of the plane crash.
Wow.
And so that was actually 4, with the 4th one dying kind of indirectly because of the plane crash. 4 of your first rockers, because remember, rock and roll had not been invented yet. That saying had not been coined yet.
No. There
was no rock and roll. They were creating rock and roll as they went.
Yes, they did.
But 4 of the voices of the new would be called rock and roll were silenced. 3 on a plane crash and 1 several months later in a car crash.
See, they died in what, 54, 55?
59.
Okay. So they were there right there with Elvis back in the 50s starting rock and roll. Okay. I bet they did I bet they did like Louisiana Hayride together and stuff.
I believe they knew each other.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
And it set rock and roll backwards for a while, the American sound.
Yeah.
Because the American sound was gone except for Elvis.
Yeah.
And it left it wide open for the Beatles to come over here and be the explosion they were and changed American music.
Yep.
Because there was no real American sound, because most of the Americans coming up with the sound were dead except for Elvis.
Yeah.
And of course, the Beatles first came up and met Elvis. They were amazed because he had a TV with a remote control.
Yeah.
And they were just amazed. You can sit there and just push these buttons and change the channel on TV.
Elvis had
And
a
the Beatles were
supply
shocked about me. Oh, and I've got a slight connection with Buddy Holly. I was doing an investigation with a couple of guys. One of them left the paranormal because he was using it to pick up women.
Good God.
The other guy was a serious investigator, but his wife had a couple of kids, and you know how that goes. He could no longer afford the paranormal. He had a new house. He had 2 new cars. So the paranormal took a sidestep, and he's out of the paranormal voluntarily because he just couldn't afford it anymore. But we were investigating an apartment, and I don't say this too much on my show. It's kind of a long story, but you've done this before, hadn't you? You channeled, put yourself into a trance and channeled.
Yes.
Okay. I was channeling. The other 2 guys, they were both smokers. They both had to go outside. And by the way, Dave Olson was, I think he announced his retirement a few months ago. He was actually, at this time, a Chicago police officer. But they went outside out front to smoke. And I of course, being a non-smoker, I didn't want to go out there. So I sat there in the living room and started channeling. And I want to go back to about when the hotel unit was built, 1957. I was about a year old. So I went back and actually could see the building under construction during the daytime. You see construction workers, the park laid out, the foundation being put down. And a car went by. That car was playing a certain Buddy Holly and the Crickets, that's before they broke up, song very loudly over the radio. It was, and they had it loud enough where I heard the song clearly. I got jarred out of the trance when the people who were living there, they were in their bedroom. They were taking a break too. And she comes out of the door noisily, looks around. I come out, I'm looking at her. She's shaking her head, looking both ways, and slams the door loudly. So I waited till the guys came back in. I said, look, I'm going to ask. I called her by name. I don't remember the name. This was 15 years ago. I said her name. I said, I'm going to ask her the name of a song, the name of a group, the name of the song, and let's see if she can name it. I told them the circumstances. I said, Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Let's see if she can name that. So they came out, and I said, okay, why did you come out of the room? She literally scared the pudding out of me, coming out noisily and then slamming the door back closed. Why did you come out of the room? She said, because I heard music playing, and I thought somebody was out here playing our radio. I said, how loud was it? She said, I understood the words. I hear the music and the words to the song. I said, there was nobody out here on the radio. She said, yeah, when I came out the door, the music stopped, and I realized it wasn't coming from the living room. That's why I slammed the door back shut. I didn't know what it was. I said, can you name the song, and can you name the group? She said, Buddy Holly and the Crickets, and named the name of the song. The guys I was with freaked out. And I think even today, Dave Olson thinks I was in cahoots with the girl.
Oh, wow.
Because there's no way that happened. There's no way that could happen, without something going on. Because he was not in the room. He was outside.
Yeah.
He was 30, 40 feet from the front door. So he had no clue any of this was going on. He didn't hear the music. He didn't hear her come out that door. I think both of them assumed I had set this up with them just to give them a start. But she opened the door for a few seconds, looked either direction, realized there was no music being played, slammed the door, and I did not speak to her till she came out when they just after they came in. The other two I was working with came in, and I told them the circumstance, and the couple walked out, and she named that song in front of them. The music was playing so loud through my trance state, back listening to a song that was being played on a car radio in 1957.
Yeah.
So loudly was it going through me. She heard it in the next room.
That's pretty cool, dude.
That was absolutely amazing. And the fact that she was able to name the name of the group and the song name, without me asking a question, not giving her any information. That was freaky.
My guess was That'll Be the Day. Was that the song?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just heard that in my head after I was like thinking about it. And I heard That'll Be the Day.
Mm-hmm. You notice I did not give the name of the song.
No, but I picked up on it really quick. That's a little bit singing in my head.
Let Sean think about that a little bit.
Well, let me tell you something cool, dude. Me and Lee were both related to Elvis.
Really?
And yeah, when me and my wife last year, a couple of years ago, we went up to Graceland. Well, on the way up, we stopped at the little house in Tupelo. We're standing outside and just absorbing everything of it, because that's where Elvis was born. And I'm sitting out there, and Gladys comes through the wall and says, "You're welcome here," to me and my wife.
Wow.
And then the little lady that runs the thing, she opened the door. And I'm thinking,
wow,
like, this is pretty cool. I just saw Gladys Presley. We walk in, and Gladys was with me the whole time. And she was like when that lady was saying, okay, well, this is where Elvis and his brother Jesse were. They had the cribs over here when he died. Then Gladys is like, Jesse's still here. And I saw the baby. Wow. I saw a crib that wasn't there, but I saw Jesse's laying in the crib. And they only let you stay in there for a few minutes anyway, because they got more people coming through.
Right.
So we did our little time there, and Gladys said, "I'll see you in Memphis." And I'll be damned, dude. The day we went into Graceland, Gladys was sitting on the front porch waiting on us. That was freaking cool.
That was cool.
But yeah, I'd recommend anybody ever get a chance to go to Graceland, go. It is like the coolest place, and it's so haunted. Oh God, it's so haunted.
When we were in Memphis, we did not go there, but we were only there for one night.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to stay in the hotel with the ducks in it.
Oh, nice.
So
we stayed at the Graceland Inn, which was really nice, because that's the one that the Presley Enterprises owns. They built it specifically for Graceland. So it was nice.
That was nice. Yeah,
having Gladys come out and greet me at both houses.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just so proud. She wanted to show. It's like millions of people walk through the house. I got a tour by Gladys freaking Presley Spirit.
Yeah.
And Elvis poked his head down from the second floor. I watched him for about 3 to 5 seconds stick his head out, stick his head back.
From what I hear of him, he had a personality anyway. So it sounds like something
he was funny, but serious. because he took his fans to heart. I mean, that's what put him in Graceland. That's what put him in the cars. That's what put him in those jumpsuits. So he had nothing but respect for the fans. I just hate the fact, and I understand why. I would just love 2 minutes upstairs, just 2. I could talk to him and Lisa Marie for 2 minutes. I'd be so happy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, because we're relatives, we're blood.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that until Lee told me. She did our background through Ancestry.com. And she called me, she says, Blaine, you're not going to believe this. I said, what's going on? She says, dude, we're related to Elvis. I mean, what? Like, yes, that makes sense now. My wife, huge Elvis fan. I'm a huge Elvis fan. I saw him twice in Montgomery, the Garrett Coliseum, 1971 and 1972.
Oh, wow.
I saw him,
cool.
And it was funny. My dad took me. And my dad loved Elvis. My mom loved Elvis. My aunt and all my family loved Elvis. We were all there. And, my dad worked for the state, so we didn't get the best tickets. But there's somehow me and my aunt ended up front row. And Elvis gave her a scarf and he shook my hand. I was like, that is so cool. I'll never forget that. It's like I shook Elvis's hand, and didn't realize that we were related to each other at the time. So yeah.
you're only once removed from Tricky Dicky Nixon.
I know. That's scary.
Have you ever read the details of when he visited Nixon in the White House?
Yes, when he brought him a damn pistol. Bought him a Colt 45.
Yeah. Put a badge on him.
Put a badge on him. I guess only Elvis could go through the front gate of the White House with a gun and nobody say nothing to him.
And go into the Oval Office with a gun.
Yeah.
And have a badge presented to him.
Only
Elvis.
They actually have that badge on display at Graceland off and on. It's one of the objects that doesn't stay out a lot, but it'll come out. We were lucky enough to see the badge and several other badges he was given. I mean, he's got, let's see, one from Nixon. He's got an FBI badge. He's got a U.S. Marshal's badge. And I don't know how many city and county police departments and sheriff's offices he had badges from. All this Memphis Mafia had badges. But they didn't get one from the White House, let me tell you. That was an EP only.
Oh, by the way, one thing I didn't tell you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Gail's family is from here.
Okay.
Both her grandparents, both sets, are from this area in southeast Louisiana. Lived here forever, and they also had relatives over in Lake Charles, which is in the west part of Louisiana.
Yes, it is.
And they all came from Louisiana originally. Her father's done some tracing back. And I guess who else lived in that area where they were from at the same time?
Who's that?
Marie Laveau's descendants.
Oh, right on.
There's a distant relation there.
That's cool. So I've actually had her come through in a ghost box before in New Orleans.
Yeah. I went down and left a tie from my hair at her tomb. You can't do that anymore.
No.
But she actually appeared to me a couple of times here at the house.
Right on.
So she would only do that if with somebody with a relative.
Yeah. I think that she did me because she felt like that my energy was good, that I wasn't disrespectful to any of the spirits, and she showed me. I left her sugar packets because I knew she liked sugar. So I left her 2 sugar packets.
And that's why you and I can walk around New Orleans without a whole lot to fear and go places and see things.
Exactly. And I love it because it's so cool, because New Orleans is one of my favorite haunted cities. I love Gettysburg. I'll never say anything bad about Gettysburg. But New Orleans is just something special. I've been to Savannah. But it doesn't compare to New Orleans because you not only have centuries of spirits there, you've got other things there. You've got voodoo there. You've got
Right.
vampires there. And
Which is going to be cool getting Father Sebastian down there.
dude, I'm so excited because I want to get some of the locals that are vampires down there to come on and do the show. I want them to come on and do Cryptid Nation with us because I believe that a vampire would be a cryptid because they're not human, they're not animal. There's something in between there.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, and by the way, you know, one thing about mirrors and vampires,
Yeah,
vampires could now, even if it was true that they couldn't see themselves in an old timey mirror, the reason being is because it was silver paint on the back of it.
yeah,
Newer mirrors built in the last 100 years, silver paint got too expensive.
yeah.
Use polished aluminum paint.
Yes, they do.
So that would not affect the vampire's reflection.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Quite interesting. It's amazing the things you can pick up in this business.
I love it too. Just like because you know, people only know the lore. They don't know that where the origins came from.
Right.
They think that it was, Vlad the Impaler. No, it went back. If you go back to history of it, the vampires go back to Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
They go way back.
It may have been all related. I say may, depending on what you believe. Going back to Adam's first wife,
Lilith.
And of course, she split off with Adam because she liked the Amazon position in sex.
Yeah, but she didn't want to be. She wanted to be an equal.
Right. Well, she also had wings.
Yes, she did.
So it's kind of hard for her to lay on her back in a missionary position.
Yeah.
That would have to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. See, that's stuff we could have a whole nother show just on that, dude.
Would that make Lilith?
I can't believe we've been on 2 hours and 5 minutes already.
Yeah. We're sitting here covering a variety of subjects that we usually don't take the time to do on our own separate shows.
Yeah. Got to imagine the conversations we'll have in New Orleans, brother.
That is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think poor Sean's ready to go to bed. He looked like he's about to fall out the chair.
No, but 5:30 does come around for early in the morning.
I was going to say, you got to go to work in the morning.
I feel sorry for you, brother. I ain't got to go to work no more.
I only got 10 more years, buddy.
I filed my Social Security disability and 100% VA disability and military retirement check. My happy ass ain't working for nobody no more.
10 more years and I'm hanging her up.
You and my wife, same boat. Then when she's done, I'm selling this damn house and I'm moving to the beach.
Which beach?
Fort Walton, Destin area.
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
Oh, can't wait.
Too many people now for me.
I'm not gonna live actually in Destin, right on the water side, but I'm gonna live close enough where I can get my happy ass in the car and go to the beach any day I want to.
There you go.
I'm actually gonna live out of the city a little bit, live out in the country, have me a big old ranch down there.
Actually, margaritas on the beach sounds pretty good right about now.
Dude. Well, let's let poor Sean go to bed, brother. And we'll talk more. We'll definitely talk more.
We'll have some fun down in New Orleans for sure.
Yeah, we will.
All right, Blaine, it's been a pleasure. You and I have really not talked this long before. We knew each other, of course. We talked a little bit, but we haven't gone 2 hours and 7 minutes and 22 seconds like we have tonight.
Sorry, Sean.
It's all right. It's all good.
See, the clock is up there right by Sean's hat on my view
it
screen.
is.
Yeah.
Same line.
Sean's probably counting the minutes going by right now in his head. You can see him kind of moving his jaw. Okay, that's
No,
2 hours.
I figured it'd probably be over tonight because I know how you both get into the conversation and the talk get pretty good. So I figured I'd just let her ride tonight.
Dude, we didn't even get into the stuff about the Wild West. And
No.
all the history stuff. So that's a whole nother show.
You'll see the belt that I wear in New Orleans. That's came from the Frontier Hotel in Vegas.
Been there many times.
And I got belt buckle from there.
I got one for Binion's Horseshoe.
Cool.
Don't wear it, but I got one.
I got one it's actually made from my name.
Right on.
It's bronze, I believe. Bronze or brass. Depending on how you rub it and how shiny it gets.
Nice.
If it gets really shiny, it's brass. But it's just 3 letters of my name.
Well, Lynn, thank you for having me on, brother. And sorry to keep you up so late, Sean.
No, you're fine, man. Like I said, I knew you guys were going to end up going over tonight because I know your conversations always get really good. So I was prepared.
Thank you, brother.
We told a lot of stories tonight.
Spend
Blaine.
a little bit of time with the old wife before we go to bed. So,
Blaine.
yes.
Before we let you go, can you go ahead and throw up the end picture, please, Sean?
The one that you got with Blaine on it. Oh no,
no, that you named that one. Blaine, this is going to be my guest next week.
Oh, right on.
Former military, Air Force. He's standing eagle. The eagle there is his totem. And we're going to be talking cryptids, aliens, and Area 51. He was a photographer in the Air Force for years.
Dude, I'll be listening. I'll be watching. Don't worry. I'll be throwing questions out at him.
So any questions you got, put them in the chat room, and he's going to cover it because he's. I'm not going to say a whole lot because he said he's going to dump loads, gigabytes of information during the show next week. So you're going to hear some stuff you ain't never heard before because he was right there at Area 51 for several years.
Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. I spent Thanksgiving at Area 51 in a hangar. So
he's been there. He was a photographer for the Air Force. So y'all may have walked right past each other somewhere along the line.
Would not surprise me, bro.
Because he's older than I am. He was I think it was in Nam in '69 where he started taking pictures.
I was 4. He was probably there with my dad.
'69, I was born in '56. I was 13.
Yeah, my dad did 4 tours of Nam. I did 4 tours of Afghanistan, 4 tours of Iraq. Yeah, so I saw my share.
Yep. My first wife's father did 3 tours in Nam in the early to mid '60s.
Well,
He was over there.
Let's let Sean get off of here because he's like,
Blaine,
he's giving us the evil eye.
Good night, and be sure and watch the show next week.
Be there, brother. Thank you, man.
He will be taking questions. So put some in the chat, and we can cover it.
No, I will. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Everybody have a great night.
Go get you some rest.
I was going to put that up and say that's my next week's guest, but you already put it up, and I've already said that.
Okay.
But I wanted Blaine to catch it, so he'd be sure to be there.
Dude, I don't miss the show.
So listen to us next week, and Sean probably needs to go to bed. So we won't. I say let's forego the chit chat at the end of the show. Let's just quit. I haven't had supper yet, so I'm getting hungry.
All right, have a good one, everyone.
All right, just go ahead and hit the exit, and just remember the paranormal never sleeps, people.
Have a great night.
Great night, both of you.